Hello and welcome to my corner of the world. I needed some birthday cards this week, and so I hunted out some colours, and I particularly wanted to try this new die which cuts the happy birthday. And this is the card I made, and I looked at it and I thought, well, yeah, I like it, but it's kind of missing something. So I went back and started again, and this time I did a double die cut with a bit of a shadow behind it, and I thought this really made the happy birthday really pop, and decided this would be a good video to show you how I did that. So let's make a start. So the first thing I have is my card pieces, and this is just a regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is in soft suede, and then Whisper White envelope. Then this is going to be the liner, so this is 4 by 5 1/4, and then my two decorative pieces are 3.5 by 3.5, and I've got one in Whisper White and the other one is in the Peekaboo Peach. Now I've embossed this with one of the new embossing folders, which is called Layered Leaves, and it's one of the extra thick ones, and it gives you like more of a 3D effect. Some of it is quite shallow, some of it is quite dark. So when you use this on your big shot, you're just going to use it on the platform, and you're just going to use one plate. Okay, because of the extra thickness, you don't have to use the two plates like we're used to using. You're just going to use the one plate. And you can see that this is an awful lot thicker than the regular one. I don't know if you can just see that, as I say, because this gives you a much more depth. So as I say, I ran those two pieces through the big shot, and whoops, I'm just going to fold my card in half, and I'm gonna adhere these two pieces, and I'm gonna, so I don't get adhesive on my work surface, I'm gonna use a silicone mat, and I like to use the liquid multi-purpose glue. So the white piece is going to go on first. I'm going to pop that in that bottom corner there, and then my Peekaboo Peach is going to go up here, and I'm just making sure that I get my borders roughly the same, like that. And then for my happy birthday, well, I've run them through the big shot. I've done one in the white and then another one in soft suede, and all I've done is put it on the magnetic base with a cutting plate top and bottom, and then I'm just going to release from here. There we go. And just a few, I think I got one piece that didn't come out. Look at that. Brilliant. Okay, so that's my happy birthdays. So once again, I'm going to work on my silicone mat, and for this part I'm going to use the fine tip glue, and that's because it gives me control. Now you don't need to put glue on every single part, and I'm just tiny bit of pressure, and really all I'm doing is putting some dots on key parts, the thicker parts, the bits that are going to be kind of dangling, like this bit. We need to make sure that it's sticking properly to the base. This scoopy bit there, flourish, and up round this skew, flourish there, here. I'll do some, make sure, like that. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it. Now let me see, that's not going to work because it's the same colour. I'll place it on some paper, and I'm going to just offset it very slightly. There we go, and I'm just going to press firmly, and you will need to hold this for a second or two. It just gives the glue chance to soak into the two pieces of card. There we go. Then I'm going to come back in again, and I'm going to put some more on the soft suede layer. And again, making sure that I've got adhesive sort of on the end pieces, and the curly cues. Just making, not taking a huge, and not being ever so careful about making sure there's something on everything, but just a little bit. And then make sure you put your cap back on your adhesive, because it will dry up in that tube. And then flipping it over, I'm going to get rid of my silicone mat and position it. And once again, I'm just going to press it firmly, just to let it soak in and stick. There we go, I think I'm good. I'm going to set that aside to dry for a few moments while I do a little bit of stamping. So I've decided I'm going to use the Bunches of Blossom stamp set, and that's partly because it comes with a coordinating punch, and I want to use this flower as part of my decoration on the front of my card. So my two colours are the same colours that of my cardstock. So for my inside piece, I'm going to just stamp the outline of the flower. I think this is more of a calyx than a flower, but I'm going to use it as a flower. Well, that was clever. I put it in the wrong colour. Okay, but it's clean. Now I've got that out, and I'm just going to line up my other part of my flower and just colour that in. And then this stamp set also comes with a little set of really cute dots. I couldn't resist using those. And then my sentiment is, let's celebrate your day. So that's my liner for writing on, and then I'm going to repeat the process, same design, with my envelope. I've had my post lady compliment me on my envelopes. She always says I have such pretty mail. There we go. And then we're going to go in with those little dots again. Oh, I do love these dots. Lovely. Okay, so I get those out the way before I stick my elbow or a piece of the cardstock. So this now should be nicely stuck, which it is. So I'm going to go back to my liquid adhesive and stick my liner in. There we go. And then while I'm here, I'm going to pop in some ribbon, and this is the new 1/8 Whisper White sheer, and it is lovely. And all I'm going to do is to just tie a simple knot when I get it in the right position. So right over left, left over right. In the UK we call it a square, a reef knot, and here in the States it's known as a square knot. And there we go. And then just trim off my ends. Now to hold that in place, I am just going to ease that down to where I want it to be. It's not being very... okay. And I am just going to put a glue dot under that knot, and then that will hold it in place and it won't travel. And I'm just going to ease the glue dot underneath the ribbon, press it down firmly. So then I've got a few scraps of cardstock, peach, and the soft suede. And as I say, I'm just using this petal builder punch to cut those out. Where did they go? I'm just going to cut them with the back of my piercing tool, flip them over, back to my glue dots again. Okay, put those artistically, and then some pearls. One in each, the center of each of those flowers, and then we are done. So there we have a really pretty little birthday card using the new dies. Inside it's decorated, and then our envelope matches as well. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this project. I will have a link to my website at the end of this video. You can always go buy the supplies. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.